deeper integration, alchemy, and help our ego relax to do that.
Excellent. I'm honored to be able to walk you all through this practice. And so, what I'm going to ask you to do is tap along with me. So, we're going to use an intuitive tapping process, which basically weaves in tapping or emotional freedom technique, a little bit of neuroscience, a little bit of Jungian psychology, some ego work for sure. And what I'm going to ask you to do is just follow along. So, I will tap through the points and I'm going to say the words out loud. And what I welcome you to also do is repeat the words out loud. Don't worry about sounding silly or having someone hear you, because by activating the voice with intention and tapping, this is a really potent combination. And what happens as we do this process together is we really give the ego the ability to recognize I am safe. There's not a perceived threat here. And it's a sneaky, creative way to help it let go and not be so on edge. Like, what's going on here? She or he, they're forcing me to change or go through a transformation. Because sometimes it will recognize when we are pushing against something and we're trying to force a change to happen, to make a pattern go away. And yet, if we can do it creatively and intuitively, with the ways that set the nervous system at ease, that put us into a more regulated state, we're more open to that change. So I'm going to invite you to follow along with me here. So as you move through this sequence, repeat the words out loud, moving through the points. I'll guide you. We're going to start with the karate chop point. So either hand, just going to start tapping on the back of the hand. And take a deep breath. Just tapping on the back of the hand. And now repeat the words out loud. I give myself permission for this process to work. Again, I give myself permission for this process to work. And one more time, I give myself permission for this process to work. All right, now we're going to move through the points, so feel free to follow along. You can watch me as we go. So inside of the eye, outside of the eye, under the eye, under the nose, chin, and collarbone. So that's going to be our flow. We're going to move through it very quickly. You can find your own rhythm, your own pace. And if at any time you feel stuck, just come back, watch, and follow along. Here we go, repeating the words, tapping on the points. I give myself permission for this process to work. Even if I don't really know how this works. I give myself permission for this process to work. As I surrender, my ego learns to receive. As I surrender, my body softens and relaxes. As I surrender, my brain makes new neural pathways. These neural pathways support my intentions. As I learn to let go and to trust, I'm willing to feel safe as I navigate the unknown. I'm willing to release my resistance. I give myself permission to discover something new about my shadow. I have no intention of shaming myself for my past experiences. But instead, I can bring them to light. So they no longer unconsciously drive my behaviors. This feels empowering to recognize that I can work with my ego in this way. It's just the part of me that wants to keep me safe. I thank this part of me for doing its job. And I give this part of me permission to find healthier ways to create safety. As I expand my capacity to receive. As I expand my capacity to honor my intuition. As I expand my capacity to be with my shadow. I'm willing to lean into the discomfort, to lean into the resistance, to discover something truly amazing. I choose to make it conscious. And I give my ego permission to support me in this intention. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. Now I'm just going to ask you to close your eyes here. Relax your arms down to your sides for just a moment. Take a deep breath with your eyes closed. And just allow any energy to move through, any thoughts to come and go. Maybe feelings, sensations. And at this time, just imagine that your ego is receptive. This part of you that acts as the gatekeeper. Imagine that with each breath, you're surrendering a little more. Exhaling the weight of the world, the weight of other people's expectations. Just imagine that as you surrender, your ego is learning to receive. Continue to breathe and relax. Inhaling, exhaling, just sensing how good this might feel in this moment. And feel a sense of gratitude and appreciation for showing up in this way, for softening the ego, opening to the soul, working in tandem with the magic of your psyche. And take another deep breath. As you allow the eyes to open, just pause and notice how you feel.